Welcome to the most genetic diverse durum wheat program in the world. How's that? How's that? How is that as an opening? All right. So you have here about 24 hectares of the durum wheat breeding program of ICARDA run in Marshush. We run it across the world. Of course, this is not the only place, but this is where we have most of our activities. As you were driving through, you were passing through something like 5,000 stage 1 yield trial. Those are the small plots. From there we try to see 5,000, we discard almost all of them, and we only keep about 500 of those. Then they get moved to a little bit bigger yield trial that we put across the environments to test the performance of the material. And then if they're really, really good, they go forward to what we call international nursery, which is something that we send to 45 countries around the world for free. Everybody receives it. Most of them are developing country. Then you have some sneakers, you know, you have Canada, Italy, Spain, they take some of it for themselves as well, right? They take advantage. And then when they're really, really good, they keep moving forward. And eventually our partners, especially this is the case of Morocco, they release them into varieties. Is that what you see behind me? Okay, so this is what normally is a demonstration plot. It's a little bit early to look at it. I mean, ideally you want to come about 4 or 5 weeks from now. You see some of the material is flowering, some of the early ones. Maybe some of you have read a recent article on The Guardian that the Crop Trust put forward about Jabal. Yeah. So this is derived from Agelopis peltoides from Syria. Okay, this is actually across the Dr. Ambri made. This is across the Dr. Ambri made. It was tested, and I don't know why he made it. He liked peltoides and he made the cross. It's actually, by the way, is a top cross. It's something very simple. Top cross means you take A by the wild relative, you make a cross, and what is resulting progeny, you cross it to another elite. So that's something that should not work. Okay, let's put it clear. So if you read the books of breeding, that does not work, and it is false, completely false. I studied that for a very long time, and when I came here from my North Dakota training, American, wild relatives don't use, wasting your time. I came here and my predecessor, Miludi Nashid, wanted to play a trick on me. So he gave me a bunch of line and said, please, you are American trained, go select the best ones and move them forward. He didn't tell me what they were. I just selected and moved forward. Guess what? They were all derived from wild relatives. All of them. All the crossing from Amri, and then selected by Miludi, and then eventually selected by me. And you have very example. Nashid, wild Emmer, again from the Syrian plateau, is a top cross. This is released in 2017. Has 4 grams more 1,000 kernel weight. So it means like the other grains are like this one is like that. It's huge. We call it a pastek. It's a cocomelon. Yeah? This is Jabal. So as I said, you heard about it. This one was the preferred visually by farmers. It's very strange to understand. As a scientist, I like to look at the numbers and see which one is the top yielder and so forth. This one is not the top yielder. It's not. It's a very drought tolerant one. Yes, it is. It's actually taller, and they like that because it makes straw for the animals. And most farmers will tell you, I don't care about the grains if I have the straw. And in some countries, straw is also the roofs, right? Yeah, so straw is a lot of things, right? And so all of a sudden, and then he has this beautiful black spike. When we ask him, farmers, why do you like it so much? He said, my father and the father before him, they were growing a variety with black spike, and I remember how good it tasted, the bread. And I don't know if they get influenced by that, but when they taste the bread with it, they also say, this is so good, the bread, it tastes so well, and so forth. It's always very difficult to determine taste, right? That's flavor and so forth. But it's true, when we tested it, it has a pungent flavor in terms of bread, so that's something many people appreciate. It's more like Njoro, if you think of it. That is like a little bit pungy type of bread, right? Now we have one more here. You don't have to move away. That's another one good example. That's from Triticum araticum. So this is from an Iraqi Triticum araticum. Again, it's again across from the thesis of Amri originally. This has been recrossed many times, so this is a little bit less. But it was originally input from him, selected in Kansas State for the resistance to an insect that is called Asian fly, which is quite damaging. This year, hopefully, we are getting away from it, but it's been a very big damage even last year. And this one now is the most recent variety from 2022, so it's like registered last year. And this has the yield potential, it has the drought tolerance, it has the resistance to the disease, it has the yellow color. So we are really, this is what scientists as a number I should only promote. This is what farmers really like, and this is what I have a passion for. So you know, as a breeder, it's very hard to decide what to do. That said, I don't know if you have. I don't know how much time do I have. Where is Thanos that gives me directions?
Please go.
Yeah.
5 minutes.
What about the new release? Tell us about the new release.
Yeah. So the two most recent as Jabal. This one, as I said, is it's a very rustic. I mean, I think the term rustic really works for this. It really withstands very difficult condition. Because it comes from Speltoides, he has two special things. First of all, he has a very superficial root system. Okay, Speltoides has a very horizontal root. This one does the same and produces a lot of biomass here. So if you have a deep soil, it does not work. But in many parts of Morocco, you have very shallow soils, right? In the mountains, there's rocks underneath, and this one just simply brilliantly works there. The spikes also, because it's Speltoides, has a very strong pollen. So when the temperature goes up, this one doesn't die, and then it produces more seeds. And then, of course, that has this black spike that simply, you don't see it now, but when it comes to maturity, the black spike is just pretty. It's like you have this black color in the field, just beautiful to look at. This one is Gigamore. This one is a little bit less. This is very rich. This is 2022. By the way, the one you put your hands on, I think is Zina, right? Yeah. This is dedicated to my wife, who's over there, so he's filmed me now. And that will be released next year, and that's also coming from Araraticum and Speltoides. So that's a combination of two things. This one is Gigamore, is released last year by a colleague that is not here, that is Dr. Ferrai from INRA. And as I said, this one is the one that clicks the numbers, right? So the farmers that goes with passion goes for this one. The farmer that goes with numbers goes for this one, because it simply yields more, is more performing in terms of drought tolerance. It has better color for the industry to make pasta, and it has the resistance to this insect, which is in bad years can be a disaster. So this is one of the most recent. But yeah, you see the difference. It's a little bit earlier, it's a little bit later, a little bit taller, a little bit shorter. You have some differences already. You can see.
Okay.
Good. Any question if you want? Yeah.
That's it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Enjoy your trip. And you drive through, you can see beautiful fields of these in big plots. You can enjoy that, yeah?
Thank you so very much.
You're welcome. Enjoy the rest of your day here.
So the ones we were seeing up